Do you like fantasy football and sports betting? Come join us here at the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast, where hosts Matt, Shane, and Jason talk about fantasy players, lineups, and sports betting to help you compete and win championships. And of course, some extra cash. Let's jump right into the show.
We are back. We are back for another episode of the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. Matt, Shane, and Jason with you guys tonight on this, again, pretty warm evening, but it's tolerable. It's tolerable here in Kansas. I'm sure, Jason, it's probably pretty warm in Texas. But before they guys get into this, we want to thank you guys all for the continued support, subscribing on all of our platforms. Guys, we are everywhere on all the podcast platforms. Go and check out parlaypod.com. Our website is up. We are doing some things still. We're still tinkering with some things and getting things going. It will be ready by the start of the season. Same with the Patreon page, okay? Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. That's the name of the Patreon page. Once the season starts, guys, we are going to be posting our bets on our Patreon page. Not just the ones that you guys hear on the pod, but we are posting all the bets that we put down on college football, NFL football. If you guys want to become a premium subscriber over there, head on over to the Patreon page, subscribe to it. You have the option to pick what tier you want to go from, okay? The top tier, guys, you'll have every single bet that we place throughout the entire season on both NCAA and NFL. And it goes down from that. If you want a few more picks, the tier goes down just a little bit too. So head on over there. Check us out, all right? We will be live, 100% live when the football season does start, so you guys will have access to that. Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast on Discord. Our Discord channel is live. Get on over to the server. It is 100% free to join that server. Again, you will be able to chat with us on a personable level. We've got multiple things in the works on that, all right? Head on over to the podcast platforms. Give us a subscribe, follow, continue to share the word with your friends. We really do appreciate it, guys. X accounts. You know how we do it, okay? You can find Shane at Shane Parlay FF, Jason at Jason Parlay FF, and myself at Matt_Parlay FF. I'm a little bit under the weather. Can't really talk a whole lot. So with that being said, I'm going to let Shane and Jason introduce ourselves, and then Shane is going to take the show over from here. What's up, boys?
Oh, I am doing fantastic. My child is finally asleep. So, that is a huge positive. We are going through some stuff. So, sleepy time, baby. Sleepy time. That's all I got to say. Anyways, Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well. We're 1 week closer, y'all, to the NFL season. And going off on what Matt was saying about the Patreon page and everything, please, guys, we did really well last year in football. So if you really want to check it out, or just hit us up for more information, holler at us, let us know. Matt, we do have the Open this week too.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah, we did a little home run derby betting last night.
Well,
yeah.
Quick then, Jason.
Yeah.
Maybe we ought to, the three of us, maybe we ought to put some bets out on X, Discord, wherever we need to put them. Let's put a couple bets out for our followers and subscribers for the Open, and they can place some bets. I mean, I don't know. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Yeah, I think all three of us will kind of get together and and just talk about who we like, and probably give at least 3 to 5 picks each. And I don't know if Matt and Shane are going to do their DraftKings lineup. You can post the DraftKings lineup for everybody.
Yeah, we'll deep dive it and come back with it. But without ado, into the real stuff that everybody's here for. Matt, I think it's time for news and notes.
News and notes around the league.
Alrighty, so the news of the day, the news. Since we are closer to the NFL season kicking off, we're getting some drama out there, a little spice, something nice for those of you guys the spice of the day is we're gonna call this like a habanero spice because Brandon Ayuk requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. He is disappointed with how they handled his contract negotiation and therefore is seeking new terms with a new team. We will see where that ends up. I don't know if they will get a deal done before the season, but there are rumors the Jets are on the phone. There are rumors Detroit is on the phone. And a couple of other teams are scattered in there, but I thought that those two were probably the most interesting spots for him to land right now.
What do you think about it, Jay?
I mean, I don't think they're going to move him this year. I feel like it's going to it's going to be one of those things to where they don't want to trade him. And John Lynch came out and said, "I have no desire of trading him. He can work out the rest of his contract now. If a team comes out and offers them the bag for him or just the house, then okay, maybe, but I don't see they're still in that playoff window."
Yeah, and then coinciding news, they actually pushed Ricky Pearsall to the non-football injury list, which means he got hurt in an off-season workout or doing some other stuff, but not Jordan Addison stuff. So like, let's differentiate that. He got hurt doing something, but he didn't hurt himself in that way. Speaking of Jordan Addison, that's our other fun news. Jordan Addison arrested for sleeping on the side of interstate. Details have yet to be released. There was no blood alcohol content released. There's suspicion that it was a marijuana infraction, so he was driving while high. We'll see. He took all of his Minnesota stuff down from his Instagram. That was the other big drama. And the team's not happy. So whether it's a team suspension or an NFL suspension, it's spicy and many.
What is going on? Like what in the holy hell is going on?
NFL
Like, this is
receivers,
crazy.
man.
It's crazy, man.
Receivers.
And it doesn't look good for the Vikings they just had their player pass away tragically in a car accident, which I don't think was their fault, right? It was another driver, correct?
Yeah, Kyrie Jackson was struck by another vehicle.
Kyrie. Yeah, and he had two of his old teammates or one of his old teammates from college in it with him. I know there were two other football players in there. And that's tragic, right? And then Jordan Addison goes and pulls this. It just does not look good. It just doesn't look good. It really doesn't. And Jordan Addison was such a promising receiver. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's tough to hear all this.
At least it gave JJ the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane, I want to backtrack just a second, Shane. Where do you think is if we know that Jason doesn't think Ayuk's going to get traded? I don't know that he does either. I'm not 100% certain on what's going to happen with that scenario and situation. But if he does get traded, where do you think's the best landing spot for him? It doesn't have to be with one of those teams that you did mention.
Oh, I was going to say the Jets or Minnesota. Honestly, Minnesota with Addison and the issues there, like they have the ability. They didn't trade up in the draft, so they still have picks for next year. And like, I could easily see Minnesota being like, we paid Justin. We can go get a two-headed monster here and like do the thing that everybody else is afraid to and build around what will be a young quarterback going forward. And you have the rookie deal in place so you can afford to pay those players. So like that makes sense to me. And Minnesota has cap space to do so. It makes it a little more hamstrung because
crazy.
Aaron Jones got a bag, but it's all front loaded. So like if they can, trade for him and then give him a contract starting next year, then they can move on from Aaron Jones and make a decision as an organization going forward, especially with all the running backs in the draft next year. It's lining up that makes sense for them to do this. That would be I think that or Detroit would probably be, but they like J-Mo from everything from reports, so I don't think that they're willing to do that yet, which sucks because I'd love to see Jared Goff slanging it to Ayuk.
That would be crazy. Hey, before you get off the news, I want to start a little rumor mill because I don't know if it's 100% accurate. I don't know if it's good to start a rumor mill, but I'm in the mood anyway. All right. There had been some reports, and I think this is my Steelers, okay? I just want everybody to be known. but I did see some Twitter deals of some Steeler insiders that caught video of DK Metcalf working out with Russell Wilson and the Steelers receivers in multiple days. They got video of them. I think I've seen one video on X of DK catching passes in Pittsburgh with Russell, and George Pickens was there. Would that be nuts? Would that be crazy? There has been talks that he has kind of wanted to go play for Tomlin, but again, I'm not taking any stock into this, but what do you make of that?
I mean, it would be sick. That would be a psycho tandem. And if DK lines up across from George Pickens, like, imagine the carnage when they run the football.
Oh, God.
That was my first thought process, which is crazy because they're two amazing wide receivers. But my first thought process was watching DK Metcalf and George Pickens just planting the secondary just for shits and gigs.
It would be nuts.
And yeah,
It would be nuts.
I think that he has that Steelers mentality, and he's played with Russ before, so there's that chemistry, and I think it makes sense. We have two other little news tidbits before we go into the next fun segment. New segment 1, Nick Chubb lifts weights. And by weights, I mean he lifted like 460-something pounds.
With his legs?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Squatting.
Is he a freak? Is he a freak?
Yeah. Is he doing the Adrian Peterson thing where, like, an ACL can't even stop him? Like,
he doesn't have any.
Yeah, like he's missing one, and he's missing him on both legs, and he's just like, hey, I don't care. I'll run. Yeah, chop him off. Call me Pistorius, because I'll be blading on through here. It's psychotic. And I've seen Chubb jump up in best ball drafts already. Like, people are taking him like 2 or 3 rounds earlier than he was going. Which, I mean, makes sense, but at the same time, like, man, that is
nuts.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. It's superhuman.
Yeah, if Chubb's gonna prove that he actually is Superman, or just But anyways, it comes down ACLs. The big thing is the lateral movement. I will say that, like, it's not necessarily straight up and down. He's not gonna lose his power. He's not gonna lose his burst. It's the change of direction that gets affected the most by that injury. So let me put that out there. Like, the reaction to being him able to move that much weight is crazy. However, it's not the thing you're worried about. And the last thing, kind of just a meh, is Gus Edwards has been labeled the lead back currently in LA. Well, for the Bolts.
Very surprising.
No, I think it makes a ton of sense. Kamani Vidal, they came out and said, is making amazing progress and looks great, but it's still Gus Edwards' job to lose as the lead back, which I didn't think. To be fair, I think everybody kind of understood Kamani wasn't going to be the lead back. I think that everybody just thinks that he's going to get significant work.
Right. Mm-hmm. J.K. Dobbins is there still, right?
The ghost of J.K. Dobbins is still there, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But didn't they pay him he's making like $50K guaranteed money or something?
Yeah, it's an all incentives based contract, and I think it was like a total of like 1.68 or something like that, and it's only guaranteed like 50,000. So
he's just had bad luck.
Yeah,
terrible luck.
Amazing player.
It sucks for him.
Just the shittiest injury problems.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It sucks for him.
Yeah, I think that takes us into the next thing, and what we're going to be doing today is different. We're going to be introducing a new segment here, and it is a tier list. So I sent the guys this list. We'll be working off it a little bit, but I renamed the categories just for fun for the viewers out there. So we have Superstar. That is your best player, or the best players. And then A tier is A Beast. B is Be Careful. C is Can't See This Working Well. And D is Don't Like. So basically, it's pretty straightforward. We're going to label these guys the best wide receivers in the league and basically dive into how we view them in a redraft perspective specifically, not just, how good we think these guys are, specifically talking about 2024 moving forward. So, and I'll explain it a little bit more as we, start launching in, and you guys can see the screen, and we'll post this all on Twitter, so go check it out and also on the website, so go check that out. Just shameless plugs. Anyways,
Let's take a quick break, Shane,
Mhm.
and then we'll be back with that. This episode is brought to you by Nevin Eyewear. Upgrade your style and protect your eyes with Nevin Eyewear. Designed with precision and crafted for comfort, Nevin Eyewear offers a stunning range of sunglasses and optical glasses that blend fashion with function. Whether you're hitting the beach, driving, or just out for a stroll, Nevin Eyewear ensures you look your best while safeguarding your vision. Shop now and experience the perfect fusion of elegance and durability. Head over to parlaypod.com and ParlayFF on YouTube. Click the affiliate link to get the best deals possible. Don't miss out on the latest trends. Again, parlaypod.com and or ParlayFF on YouTube. That's NEVEN.com. Elevate your eyewear game today.
Let's play a game.
alrighty, and our game of the day is Tier Maker. And sponsored, not by sponsored, but, Tier Maker, if you want to sponsor us, let us know.
Yeah, hit us up.
Tiermaker.com has a ton of these, and if you're ever interested in it, it's all user generated. So if you want to go make your own tier list, you can do whatever you want there. It's amazing. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna name a player, and these are currently in alphabetical order by first name. I didn't put him there, so excuse Brendan Ayuk being out of alphabetical order. My OCD just kicked it. Anyways, we're gonna list a player. Everybody's going to choose one, and then we'll discuss. And whatever we end up putting them in, will be our general consensus, and we'll move forward as that is the law. And there's no take backsies. So once they're in the position, they will not be moved, gentlemen. So it's kind of like Survivor. Your torch has been extinguished if you get put in don't like. I will say, I was thinking about this because Brendan Ayuk is center on my screen. And the player that got kind of disrespected in the draft process was Jacob Cowing. And with Ricky Pearsall not maybe being healthy to start the season, Jacob Cowing, is he going to have some legs here? That's just a random thought thrown out there. Juwan Jennings, is he going to come back? It gets so dicey there now. It's just such an interesting situation. Anyways, to the real thing, I'll kick it off here. I'm going to choose... This is a fun one. Let us start with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, is he a superstar, a beast? Be careful. Can't see this working well or don't like.
Oh, man. What was the second one? Superstar what?
A beast.
And then be careful.
And then be careful, and then can't see this working well.
All right. So real talk. You guys are probably going to disagree with me. I'm going to keep him in the A beast category. And for the sole purpose of look what he's done his entire career, right? He has simply been, and simply put, a beast, a target monster, catches everything that's thrown his way. Obviously, we all know that the age cliff is coming for Keenan Allen. It might come this year. We do know that DJ Moore is presumably going to be the one starting the season off in that offense. Rome Odunze, up and coming, rookie wide receiver. They're going to give him a chance to kind of get broken in. I do think he can rise to the occasion by, week 8, week 9. I think we'll see some more production out of Rome Odunze. But if Keenan Allen can stay healthy, Caleb Williams has a extremely reliable target across the middle. And for us as fantasy guys, yes, touchdowns are the sexy thing, but you do need to have those wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 guys that are going to guarantee you get fantasy points. And I can guarantee you, as long as he stays healthy, Keenan Allen will score you fantasy points. I was a little hesitant in putting him in the beast category or the be careful. I don't want to put him in the be careful because I know that it's guaranteed volume. And I think that's kind of what we're all presuming. So I'm going to leave Keenan Allen in the a beast category.
Jason, any rebuttal?
I'll make this short and quick. That's a big if, and that's why he's in the be careful category.
Ooh.
And It's one of those things to me. It's like we still haven't seen Caleb, and his rookies always have a little growing pain within the league. CJ just he had one of the best rookie years, and
The
we can't
best.
expect that from every single quarterback that comes out in the draft. So I think he's going to solidify the wide receiver two position there, but if he can stay healthy.
Cool. I already gave you a tiebreaker. I love this. Anyways, look, he's still a beast. He's still a beast. He's
Mhm.
still a beast for two reasons. Number one, he's already done it with a rookie quarterback. He has the experience in coaching a young quarterback through the league. If Caleb Williams is an equivalent talent to Justin Herbert, which is what everybody's presuming. Everybody's actually presuming he's a superior talent to Justin Herbert. How is a Keenan Allen with a rookie quarterback going to look? I'll tell you what it looks like. 1,247 yards and 8 touchdowns. If I have a chance to secure that, and even if I just hit the 1,000 yards and have like 6 tutties, I'm taking that. Especially at like wide receiver 34 or 36. That's like kind of where he's falling off. And yeah, for the value and for who he is as a player this season, not Dynasty. Dynasty, I'm selling Keenan like a snake charmer. But Keenan this year, 2024, I'm slamming that because the opportunity is all you can ask for in that spot.
Yeah.
All right. Who we got next? Matt, you want to pick the next guy from this beautiful list?
Yeah, I'm gonna. The obvious names are pretty obvious in my opinion. I think we can all kind of agree on that. So I'm gonna go a little bit different here. I'm gonna go Malik Neighbors.
Ooh.
Let's. I want to get a little spicy here. So I'll let Jason go first since I announced that one.
A beast. Be careful. What was C?
C is can't see this working well.
We're focusing on year one right now.
Yes, on
I can't
2024.
see this working well. I want Daniel Jones to really prove me wrong and Malik Neighbors to stock go up because he is that dude.
Yeah, he's good.
Based on the situation this year, I can't see it working well. And that was it. It was between B and C.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Can I get a little mix of both? Right. I'm gonna go with Be Careful. Okay. That's the one I'm going to go with. I really think that Malik Neighbors is a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hear what I'm not saying.
Right.
I think he is a very, very, very good receiver. I want to put him in the Be Careful category because if this is a redraft league, typically rookies will go probably round 6 through 8, right? Will be a hardcore rookie run. Typically in redraft leagues, I think is typically how it goes. Maybe even 7 through 9. He's going to be one of the top rookies taken. I mean, let's just put it how it's really going to be. There's going to be 4 rookies taken fairly around the same area. But I do want people to be advised to be careful. No matter how talented he is, we are still in the hands of Daniel Jones here. Is Daniel Jones going to make that leap? Is he going to solidify his spot as a New York Giant and prove to himself or to the organization that he is their guy? And if you've been watching Hard Knocks lately, they have said that themselves. Is this our guy? I'm very excited to see what he can bring to the table. I just want, especially in redraft leagues, I want to be a little hesitant. I do not want to overvalue him and draft him earlier than maybe he should be going. There's other players I'd rather have that are guaranteed fantasy points.
Okay. The last wide receiver one for Daniel Jones in his last fully healthy season was Darius Slayton.
Oh.
2022.
Oh.
Had a wide receiver 23, wide receiver 18, wide receiver 11, wide receiver 22, wide receiver 24, wide receiver 33. Not great numbers. Darius Slayton is not the same player that Malik Neighbors is.
No.
So I'm going to give Malik Neighbors a be careful.
Mhm.
And there is a chance that I regret not putting him in a beast because he's going to be an absolute target monster. They have no weapons in that offense. It is going to be get Malik the ball and see what happens. They do still have Darius Slayton and Jalen Hyatt and Wandale Robinson. They have all these slot guys again. Be careful. That's the simple thing of it.
We're not saying he's not going to be a good player. He is going to be a beast eventually. It's just we don't trust Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Cool. Then I'll pick a player since we're not going for the high name guys who are like the big name guys who we all think about. What would you go Hollywood Brown?
And I get to lead it off, don't I?
This is gonna hit Shane.
Look,
I know where Shane's gonna. I know where he's.
Look at this hat. Come on now. Come on now. Look. Marquise Brown is a beast. I'm not gonna say superstar. He's a beast. The only reason I'm not putting him in superstar category, he has the potential to be there. He has yet to remain healthy within the last 3 seasons, which, the best ability is availability. If he's available, you're starting him on your team without question. But he hasn't been available as often as you would like. And if you are spending significant capital on an asset, you want him to be a certified superstar, as Shaq would put it. Superstar. Anyways, Marquise Brown, I think, is in the a beast category specifically because the target volume is going to be there. The role will be there. There are plenty of weapons in this Chiefs offense. If this was Marquise Brown on the Chiefs offense last year, he would be in the superstar category for me, without a doubt. Because it would have been TK, Marquise Brown. That would have been the pecking order. And then everybody else would have filled in the other whatever. But no player in Patrick Mahomes' history has had over a 25% target share aside from Travis Kelce. I do not think that Marquise Brown will break that mold with the fact that they have so many more mouths to feed this year.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Shane. I'm putting in. Dang. I'm not gonna put him in the don't care category. I'm not gonna put him in the. I'm just gonna put him in the be careful. I'll keep it cordial. I'll put him in the be careful.
Ooh.
And the only reason why I say that, because I agree with your points. Like Hollywood Brown, if he's healthy, he can be a beast. He can be a superstar if he's healthy. I mean, he's proved. We've seen flashes, right? The metrics are there for him. He played with Kyler Murray, not as a good quarterback as Patrick Mahomes. Like Mahomes is the dude, right? The only reason I'm going to put him in to be careful is because we fully don't know what the whole thing with Rashee Rice is coming down, right? But we do know that when Rashee Rice comes back, Patrick Mahomes is a guy that spreads the ball around. He's going to throw it to the open guy. We do know the speed of Hollywood Brown. He can get open pretty easy. But when Rashee Rice does come back, there's going to be target share, right? Now, if you can get Hollywood Brown where he is going in redrafts, fantastic value. Easily a beast category. I'm interested to see where the ADP swings for players like Hollywood Brown who are in kind of that category, because I can venture to see that his ADP will go up by the time redraft leagues do start. So he might be in that category. I'm just going to put it in my personal rankings right now. I'm just going to be careful with it. I'm just going to stay a little chill, stay a little cool with it. That's where I got him.
He's a vibes guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make this short and sweet. I agree with Shane. I think he's going to be a beast this year. I think he has the potential to be one of the top 15 receiver in the NFL this year, depending on
When healthy.
When healthy, yeah. He has the metrics. He has everything going for him, and I feel like this offense is going to suit him very well. It just depends on if he can stay healthy or not.
Jason, that's superstar category.
I think
I'm just,
I think superstar should be served for like I think there's 5 or 6 guys. That's why like
yeah.
I'm trying to not touch those guys because like and
Yeah,
there's some
and we don't
borderline
really even have to talk about
I mean, those
the majority
superstars.
of those guys.
There's
Yeah.
some borderline
All right.
superstars that we're gonna have some fun conversations about. Which I will start with one who I think is a borderline superstar right now. AJ Brown.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not borderline. For me, it's superstar.
Okay.
Like I'm not, especially where he's going in drafts. There's players that are going above him. Like he's going in the second round, and there's players I'll take over him, or two players that I would take him over. This is a simple superstar category for me. I know Devonta Smith is there, who is a very good receiver as well. I mean, don't hear what I'm not saying. AJ Brown is just a physical, freaking monster. Like he's fast. He's huge. He can jump out of the gym. He catches balls. He's got a good quarterback throwing him the ball. I mean, obviously last year was a little bit of a down year for Jalen Hurts. You know, there was a lot of people who had him who were a little disappointed, me being one of them. But
still QB2 in fantasy, just saying.
yeah, I mean, like AJ Brown's going to get his. He's going to do him. He's only 26 years old. He's still in the prime of his career. For me, for me anyway, it's simple. This is an easy superstar category.
Jason?
I haven't projected double-digit touchdowns easy this year.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I don't have to add on anymore. I agree with you.
Okay. I also had him as a superstar. I will say there has been conversation that he will not, like that we'll see a very similar season to what we saw last year from this Philly
There's
offense,
a good
or
chance.
even a regression. And I'm not sure that Kellen Moore is a fantastic OC. So that's part of the questioning of this. Can Kellen Moore take the step forward? And if he does, then AJ Brown is verifiably a superstar in 2024. If not, he's going to put up A beast numbers. And you're going to be really disappointed that you're spending, well, not in the second round. In the second round, you're going to be happy with his A beast numbers. But in the first round, you're going to be a little sad, which is,
right.
I think, where he should be going. He should be going in the first round. Getting in the second round is corny, in my opinion. But, yeah. All right, Matt, who we looking at?
I'm going to go with another rookie here because I just want to get the monkey off our backs here. MHJ. I know I said Malik Neighbors last time, but I want to get this out there.
I was like, where's he at on my screen?
MHJ, boys. What do you got?
I'll go. I'll take this. He's the best rookie. He's the best thing we've seen coming out. I'm going to say he's going to be a beast this year, but I'm hesitant because he really could disappoint you in a way from where he's going in a lot of redrafts to where you're like, damn, be careful. And but I still think he's going to be that dude. He's already solidified a wide receiver 1 in that offense. Hopefully Kyler Murray is healthy and he gets the ball, so I'm gonna put him as a beast.
Shane?
You're going to make me say this.
He's going to say be careful, isn't he?
I'm going to say superstar.
That's where I got him.
Top 6 this year?
I would say
I've moved him up.
He's at least top 8 this year. The offense is going to run very spread. And there are only 2 real targets in that offense currently. I think they're going to run fast paced. Their defense isn't that great. So they're going to have to put up points. And we have seen him just decimate players at the collegiate level. I know the NFL is better, and there's no doubt that they're significantly better. But there are enough weapons in that offense to give him some leave. And all he needs is a sliver of space and Kyler to throw that bad boy up. And I project like a very much like retro DeAndre Hopkins style. Like that's what I'm projecting for MHJ. Like when DeAndre first got there with Kyler, that's what I see when I see MHJ. Kyler's going to be like fuck it, Martin's down there somewhere, and that's going to be the call, and we can see some massive blow up games. So I'm going to move him to superstar because you already said superstar, but
Okay.
Yeah, I've got him in superstar. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. You know when you watch a player. You know when you watch a player, whether you can tell if someone's got it or they don't. MHJ is one of those rookie receivers coming in because we know history with rookie receivers. Okay, sometimes they do awesome, sometimes they don't pan out, and sometimes they just middling of the road, right? But you got those guys from Ohio State that have been drafted for the last couple of years that we could potentially put all in the superstar category. MHJ, in my opinion, is better than all of them. And he comes from an outstanding pedigree. I don't ever really kind of want to bring that up, but the dude, he's got what it takes. He's got it. I mean, he is going to dominate, in my opinion. So I have him in superstar category. You guys kind of talked me into it because the beginning of the season or beginning of or right after the draft, I had him outside the top 10. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, he's at wide receiver 7 for me. So I have him in that superstar category. I've moved up very high on him, and I've heard just nothing but fantastic things. Very humble guy. Doesn't like to be showboat. Doesn't like to go and run his mouth. Like, he's just a very humble guy, just like his dad, man. And I could just see that being the same thing for him. So I've got him in the superstar category.
All right, Jason, who you got for us, buddy?
Let's go Drake London.
Who? All right.
Here's a good one.
All right. Drake London. The man who has as big a story as Paul Bunyan, but has as little production as the Blue Ox so far. I'm going to say a beast. And I know that probably is a little low. I know that he probably should be in superstar. But again, it's where you're drafting him, where it comes down to for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to get reliable production. He got a significant upgrade at QB. He got a significant upgrade at OC. And even his backup quarterback is better than his starting quarterback was last year. However, the cost to acquire is through the goddamn roof for a guy that has yet to put up a wide receiver 1 season. And so, he should be in superstar. And I'm not going to say be careful because, he definitely deserves more respect than that. Which is why I have him as a beast. I think he still ends up top 15 wide receiver. But I don't know that drafting him at top 8 and getting top 15 makes you feel good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in here too because I do have him in a beast category, and I agree with everything you said. But it's the unknowns. We don't really know yet. That offense is actually loaded, and Drake London's not the only receiver in that room that could make a splash this year. I've kind of got him. I love Drake London, and I will draft him wherever I can get him, but I'm not going to draft him as high as he's going. And his ADP, I'm assuming, is going to rise. His ADP is going to go even higher. And it's going to be, when at that point, guys, it's going to be hard for me to take him over guys like Garrett Wilson, who he's going in front of in some drafts that I have seen. I would rather have Garrett Wilson. I would rather have Puka Nacua. I would rather have some of these other guys than Drake London. So I'm gonna keep him in the AB's category. I kind of agree with you, but I'm also gonna just caution people, when you're doing your fantasy drafts, are you gonna get the value? Are you gonna get that value from him? Because people just hear the name, they hear Kirk Cousins is coming to town. He should have a better season. He should be a top 12 receiver. He should have his first 1,000-yard receiving season. But we don't know yet. We just don't know. So I'm going to kind of teeter towards that be careful category, but I do have him in a beast category. And the only reason why I put him a little bit lower is just because of the fact that he's getting drafted so high. He's getting drafted as a top 10 wide receiver right now. So I'm with you. I all the points you made, great points. Should be a top 10 receiver, but there is still that caution. There's still that unknown.
Yeah, I can't even think about putting him in the S tier, the superstar category yet until I see it. And I know he does have a better quarterback this year. I was teetering on the be careful a beast. I think he is still a beast, but he's at the back end of that a beast category.
All right, here's a quick one. A real quick one. Mike Williams. Matt, what do you think of Mike Williams?
Yeah. I don't care. Like,
Re-
I don't get me wrong. I think where he's being drafted, I mean, he's free and he's being drafted as like he's doesn't exist anymore. And I think there could be some value there. But at this point in time in his career, I think Garrett Wilson, I think Tyler Conklin's going to be massively involved this year. You got Breece Hall. He's going to get a couple weeks where he gets you some double-digit fantasy points, but it's not going to be anything that you can rely on. You're never going to feel confident putting Mike Williams into your starting lineup.
It's a
I
waiver
don't
wire.
even think you're going to feel confident. I don't even think you're going to be confident putting him in your flex. I think it's going to be a matchup-based play. Unfortunately, I mean, the guy's super talented. He can go up and get the ball, but he's just been injured too much in the last couple of years. I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers can throw the ball 50 yards down the field anymore, which that's Mike Williams' forte, down the field kind of guy. At this point in time in his career, the value makes it somewhat worth it if you can get him in the double-digit rounds. But at this point in his career, there's just other guys that I'd rather fill my team with, and I don't care. At that point, I'd rather take my shot on rookies that could potentially break out. So, unfortunately for Mike Williams, I just got him in the don't care category.
Yeah, I'll make this short and sweet. I don't care.
Cool. I am in a similar vein. I would put him in the can't see this working well category, though.
Yeah,
And-
that's
Mhm.
accurate too.
And can't working well, like can't see this working well, like also attributes to like he's C, like he's still a supreme talent. The issue is the injuries and
Right.
how involved do they get Malachi Corley?
Mm-hmm.
How creative is that offense? Don't see it being very creative, but yeah, I agree with you guys. Don't like, unfortunately, Mike Williams. Sorry, buddy.
I've got one for you that I want to see what your guys' thoughts are because I do have a couple opinions on it, and that's Puka Nacua. I want your guys' honest thoughts because I have some opinions that might not be most popular of opinions.
Jason, it's you, buddy.
Yeah, okay. I think he's a beast.
Ooh.
I don't see him as a superstar yet. I know what he did last year was one of the more historic things we've ever seen before. And Matthew Stafford is that dude. Cooper Kupp was hurt for a decent part of last season. I still think they're gonna put him in that offense, and he's still going to have a big part of what they do. And I think that takes away a little bit from his target share. Can't put him in the top 6 again. I can't.
Whew. Jason.
He's
Is
at the high end of a beast.
he is a superstar. His separation numbers are amazing.
I know.
He just spent the entire offseason working out with one of the best route runners we've ever seen in the history of the NFL, in Cooper Kupp. He lost 10 pounds of fat and gained 10 pounds of muscle. We're talking about a completely different player than what we saw last year with the skill set that he had coming in that was raw. I project him to have another historic season and continue to break out. And I hope that people pass on him and I can get him in the second half of the first round. That's my hope. Is that somebody doesn't have that same conviction, because it's between him and Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is on the older end, and he is the ascending talent, and he is running all the high value routes. Give me Puka as an absolute certified superstar.
Yeah, I'm putting him in the be careful.
Ooh. So we have to split the difference.
I'm putting him in the be careful, and here's my reasoning. Like you guys both said, last year, I hate it ain't going to happen again. Where he's being drafted in drafts right now, he needs to beat what he did last year. And I just don't see that happening. Like Jason said, Cooper Kupp was injured, I would say 3/4 of the season. I think he played a healthy 4 games maybe, right? We didn't see much from him when he came back. I don't think he was fully healthy. Okay, Matthew Stafford's another year older. Matthew Stafford can get the job done. Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford were 2 peas in a pod. If Cooper Kupp stays healthy this year, I get it. He's getting older. His talent is going down. I do know that Puka Nacua will probably be the one in that offense. I'm not disagreeing with anybody there. Cooper Kupp is going to get way more targets than he got last year, even in those 4 games, because he was not healthy, even when he came back. Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp are a part of a breakfast club, folks. Okay. Allen Robinson, we know that he was not a good wide receiver when he went there, but they just ostracized him. They were just like, dude, you ain't this. Okay. Get on out of here. I do feel like Cooper Kupp is going to get some. If he stays healthy, he's going to get his. And I just don't see Puka Nacua returning the value that you're drafting him at, because you're drafting him in a position right now where he's going in front of guys like AJ Brown. He's going in front of guys like, I did a mock draft and he went in front of Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that's
slanderous. Now the situation is obviously a little different in Minnesota, but I'm just saying, I do agree with everything that you guys say. He is a very, very good receiver. He did some amazing things last year, and when he gets the ball in his hand, he ain't being tackled, right? He's huge. He's a big boy. Where he's being drafted at, I just want people to be hesitant. That's my opinion on it. There's some other guys I'd rather have over him. I just don't think he's going to return the value of where you're going to draft him. And I can see him being one of the guys, because it happens every single year now. It happened with Justin Jefferson last year. I know injuries put a little part into it, but you draft these guys to score you, to be your top scoring option in your fantasy draft or your lineup. And you see it every year. One guy does not return the value, and I feel like it could be Puka Nacua this year.
Justin Jefferson was still wide receiver 4 in total points last year, and Puka finished as wide receiver 8. So if I can draft him again, I was talking about back half of the first round. If I can get him in the back half of the first round, and I can get those numbers again, I'm content.
Yeah, I just don't see him putting up those numbers again.
I would be interested.
That's why I have him there. That's why I have him there.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm sniffing around a shot bet here that he finishes.
Yeah, we can. He finishes above wide receiver 8.
At wide receiver 8 or higher.
At wide receiver 8. Okay, yeah, I'll take that bet.
Okay.
Cool. I'll write this down afterwards.
Just real quick, where did Garrett Wilson finish last year?
7, right above him.
Yeah, I have Garrett Wilson beating him this year for sure. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy. So who finished after him? Who finished
after him was Olave, Debo, Drake London, Mike Evans, Devontae, Brandon Ayuk, DK. That's to 15.
Okay, there's 3 guys that I think finishes higher than Puka Nacua that are behind him right now.
Okay, I got the chart bet down.
I do think that he will finish. Don't hear me what I'm not saying. He is a good receiver, and I think he finishes probably around wide receiver in the top 12. I see him easily finishing inside the top 12. I'm not taking him over AJ Brown.
Oh, and you shouldn't be. I'm not advocating for that either, but I'm saying that he has the potential to outproduce an AJ Brown.
He could. I'm interested. I really am interested to see if Cooper Kupp stays healthy all season. I'm interested to see what they do together. What that offense looks like when they're both on the field 100% of the time.
Half point or full point?
I think it's going to be freaky, is what I think.
Half point or
full
point?
It would be freaky. You can just do half.
Okay,
Half's
gotcha.
fine.
Top 8 fantasy points. Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, that's a fun bet. I like that.
All
right.
I think we have time for a couple more, right, Matt?
Yeah, we need to start
right. 15 minutes left.
Devontae Adams.
Shane?
be careful. He's old. And that's the take. And we don't know who his quarterback is.
Yep, I have him in the be careful category. Still a beast receiver, still has all the talent in the world, but like Shane said, we don't know what's going to happen with the quarterback situation.
If it's Minshew, he probably should be a beast, but I don't have faith.
I think we all three finally agree.
Jahan Dotson.
Oh, freaking A. I'm going to put him in to be careful. I have him moved up than what I did last year. I think he does take a step forward, and I'm hoping Jay Daniels can actually get these guys the ball. Jahan Dotson's a massive talent. We've seen it flashes before. I'll move him up to the be careful category.
I'm going to stay in the C category. I want to see it from Jalen Daniels before I can actually move Jahan Dobson up.
Okay, I was going to put him in a beast category because his reception perception looks absolutely freakish from last year. So we'll split the difference. Go be careful. Go look at the reception perception. It's scary.
Didn't he run the most yards? I think I heard a stat like that. He ran so many routes. He actually ran the most yards out of any receiver in the NFL last year.
Yes.
Yeah, he was 1 and Alec Pierce was 2.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
All right, guys. I'm going to go with let's do Curtis Samuel.
Jason?
Oh, don't tell me I just put your ass on tilt like I did in our draft last weekend.
See again. Getting older, getting up there. I know he's going to be wide receiver 1 in that offense. I have Keon Coleman above him.
He's 27.
I know. I have Curtis Samuel in a beast category. I think he's going to run a lot of routes. I think Josh Allen's going to find him real quick when he has to. And I think he ends up being, at the start of the season, the wide receiver 1 for that offense.
You think he's top 20 receiver this year?
I think he has a potential to be.
They have suggested they will play him all over the place, not just the slot.
Yeah.
And I think he will be Josh Allen's number 1 weapon. To hell with Dalton Kincaid. The dude gets open. And I also have him in a beast category, Matt. So, sorry, Jason.
Yeah, all good. I know who I like. It's me.
Yep.
Olave.
Puke.
For me, he's too talented of a receiver to put him further than the whole be careful category. I think he has the potential to be a superstar. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he is a very good receiver. Where he's being drafted right now, I don't feel comfortable drafting him there.
No,
I really, really don't.
If he played Rashid Shaheed's role, he would be a superstar. And we talked about that in our episode with Mike Cash. If he played Rashid Shaheed's role, Chris Olave is a superstar. I have him in be careful specifically because cost to enter is insane still.
Yes, I agree.
And go back and listen to our episode, not just with Mike Cash, but with Dave Kluge. He put it out there too that where he's being drafted, it's almost just kind of outrageous where he's being drafted. So yeah, be careful. Be careful. Shane?
Let's go with an easy one here. CeeDee Lamb.
It's easy. The superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar.
Actually, hold on. Let me readjust this. CD is the superstar.
Which ones can we put in there that we agree right now and get these guys out of the way?
Justin Jefferson is a superstar.
Yes. Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra is a
superstar. Jamar Chase, superstar.
Where's Jamar go? That's T. There's too many orange jerseys.
Yeah.
And he's not wearing the same orange. That's some bull. He's not wearing the same jersey.
Different.
He's not wearing the same jersey as T. So I was looking for the same color.
Okay. I got one for you guys here.
Tyreek?
Tyreek's superstar. Yeah, Tyreek's a superstar.
I
do have one for you guys.
Okay.
What do you think of Jaden Reed?
I'm going to say be careful. He probably could end up in a beast category. He is filthy. He runs fantastic routes. He catches everything thrown in his absolute vicinity. But we have no idea what that offense looks like, and we have no idea the role that Christian Watson's going to play. We don't know snap share. We don't, and those are worrisome for a guy you're drafting like 34-ish. Like 30,
Yeah.
34 to 37. Like, there are more solidified options in that area.
Yeah, I think he's a
I-
boomer bust kind of play. I think it's a very be careful because I remember I had him in a couple leagues last year. Maybe they got a lot of the massive feed, so it's like you might get 4 receptions and you're hoping for 100 yards and a TD or something.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have him in the be careful category. I had him 2 last year, and I just missed the weeks where he spiked. I think he is going to be a spike receiver. And again, like these guys said, you just don't know who's going to be the wide receiver 1 in that offense. It could go 3 different ways, right? So, hell, it could go 4 different ways. We just don't know. So I'm going to excellent talent, but I'm just going to stay water on him. I'm going to stay cautious on him.
Also, I moved Garrett Wilson into the superstar just to tell you guys, so you guys can pick your rewards.
Yeah.
An easy one. Let's go with another easy one. Actually, let's go with a fun one. Stephon Diggs. You're wearing
You're
the
gonna get
Texans
me
stuff.
tilted on my guys.
This hit Jason's hard.
Yeah, be careful.
Matt?
Be careful.
I do have him in a beast category just from what he has done in the past, but he is no longer the wide receiver 1 in an offense. He might not even be the wide receiver 2 in this offense. We still are uncertain of that.
You guys voted me out here because I have him and can't see this working well. And it's completely because he has been an absolute diva with his target share. Like, he needs the ball, and they have 2 fantastic other receivers and a good running
I'm
game.
moving him down. I'm moving him down to the be careful category. So
wait, you had him in a beast category?
Yeah.
No, I had him in the beast category. We're moving him to the be careful.
Okay, so we'll go into be careful there.
Tank Dell.
I have Tank in a beast category.
Yeah, I think Tank should be above. Oop, hold on. I think Tank should be a beast. Yeah, his metrics look sick. The freakish accident injury, if somebody's selling on that, they're smoking something that I wish I had.
We all three agree.
Chris Godwin.
I have Chris in the beast category. I think he makes a comeback. I think if Tampa Bay puts him in the slot this year, I think we see a little bit more production from him. Baker Mayfield, we've seen it, right? He shows a lot of promise. I think he's a good quarterback, a very serviceable quarterback. Chris Godwin is what he is, right? He's had some injuries. If they move him back into the slot role, I think Chris Godwin's in for a pretty damn good year. So I have him in the beast category.
Be careful. I know he is that dude, and he does freakish things on the football field. He just can't stay healthy.
He's only missed like 1 game in the last 2 years.
He's always banged up, and and Evans gets the bulk and the garbage time.
All right. Anyways, Evans does get the garbage time, but yeah, Godwin gets the bulk. It's just when he's healthy, and yeah. Okay, we're gonna do a tandem here. Jordan Addison, Rashee Rice.
Due to the looming suspensions, I'm just putting them in the be careful category.
Ooh.
They are both good. They're both good receivers. I don't want to put them in the can't see this working because we've seen them. We know that they're good receivers when they're on the field. And I mean, to be honest, I actually wouldn't even mind putting them in the I don't care category right now.
I think I would put them in the can't see this working category. Dysfunction in the organization never bodes well for players. And Addison already had a questionable metrics. And Rashee had the most manufactured touches of all players last year. And I think with a more established offense, they're not going to be as manufactured. It's not as cookie-cutter for him. He's not the best player on the field anymore.
Agreed, Shane. Can't see this working. Too many question marks around this season for these two guys, especially with the off the field troubles.
Not that I don't think that Rashee is supremely
Right,
talented.
yeah,
I think
no,
Rashee is, well, number one, I think Rashee could be in a beast category.
It's just based
honestly,
on this year and redraft. Yeah.
Honestly, Addison should maybe be in the C category, no matter the circumstance, in my opinion. But
True.
Yeah. Brian Thomas Jr. This is a fun one.
Question
I mean,
marks.
there's a lot of hype on him. I think he'll be serviceable. I'm still going to put him in the be careful category. I don't want to put him in the can't see this working because I do think it will work at some point. I'm interested to see what Gabe Davis brings to the table for this team. We know what his production value is. We know what kind of receiver he is. But BTJ is a good receiver. I mean, he is a good receiver. So I'm interested to see what he can do. I'm going to put him in the be careful. I'm going to put him in the be careful category.
Yeah, I think BTJ is what everybody hoped that Gabe Davis was going to be. I'll put him in be careful just because the hype, I think, is going to drive his cost up. But yeah. His counterpart. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, I think it's going to take a couple weeks into the season in order for him to get going. I think he'll start as a C, but he'll end up being a be careful, and I'm going to put him at the be careful.
Okay, his counterpart, Christian Kirk.
I like Kirk.
Oh, Kirk's a beast. I put him in the beast category.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's I had him there too. Yeah, I think it's certifiably. Deontay Johnson.
I'm going to put him in the beast. He always
This
provides
year.
those low targets. Yeah, I actually have moved him up recently, so he's beast category.
Fun fact for Deontay Johnson, the number one separator in the NFL last year.
Yep. And I feel he solidified as a wide receiver 1 this year in that offense.
Yeah, I think
start firing him through, Shane.
Rip it off. Yeah. Michael Pittman Jr. A beast. Yeah.
Beast.
He's close to superstar, but not there yet.
I concur. Christian Watson.
I'm going to put be careful. Just the hamstring injuries for a wide receiver. He just always looming hamstring injuries. I'm hoping he stays healthy this year. But I'm still gonna stay water on the Green Bay offense and the wide receiving core. Love Jordan Love, but I'm gonna be just staying water on the wide receivers.
I see this working.
I'm gonna put him in be careful. I also have him in be careful. Like
I think where his ADP is, yes, but
yeah, his cost to enter is too juicy to like not take a swing. Yeah. And I'm also just gonna loop Dontavian Wicks. I can't read. Dontavian Wicks, I'm also gonna loop into that category because I think we can all agree.
Agreed.
That whole thing, the whole Green Bay offense should just be in the be careful category at this point. Amari Cooper.
It's hard not. This one's hard. I still got to give Coop his respects, man. I'm gonna put him in the superstar category. He's always been a tried and true receiver. Always gets those fantasy points. And with Deshaun Watson, they had a real good connection between the two. I mean, he was set to go off on like record-breaking yardage for wide receivers until he got hurt. Until Deshaun got hurt. If Deshaun can stay healthy, I think Amari Cooper is a superstar, man.
He is, but I think Deshaun Watson's declining, and I think he's just still a beast.
Yeah, he needs a new massage therapist. Anyways, yep. I do have him in superstar category because he is Amari Cooper, and yeah, he's pretty much uncoverable. DeAndre Hopkins and his counterpart, which I think is on the list. Where did he go? Calvin, there you are, buddy. DeAndre and Calvin. What do you guys think? Be careful. One of them's a beast. One of them's careful.
Both of them be careful.
Ooh. I have Calvin in a beast. There are reports he's playing the Jamar Chase role. It's a direct. They're trying to copy and paste the success they had in Cincinnati. He had numerous opportunities last year to absolutely go nuclear. Some unfortunate drops, maybe some rust.
Yes.
A catch here, not a drop there. Turns his season from like a middling wide receiver 20 to being like a wide receiver 14. Matt?
I agree with you. I agree actually with you. No extra.
You got him in a beast. Where you got D-Hop?
D-Hop is be careful. He's at that age cliff that you're like, And now they have Calvin. Mike Evans.
Beast.
Okay. I was he's like close to superstar, but like he just can't quite ever get over that precipice for me. DJ Moore, I'm gonna put. Beast. I was like, I have him in beast.
I feel the same.
He's gonna have massive spike weeks. Which is what you're playing for there, and that's the unfortunate side you get with DJ. Nico.
I'm putting him in superstar.
Who?
I think it's time. I think it's time to acknowledge who he is, what he can do. We saw it last year. I don't really see that slowing down. I really don't.
I
think
love
he's
that.
going to prove himself. He got his contract this year. I think now's the time that he needs to step up and prove himself, and I think he will. I really do. There's a connection there between him and CJ, and I think it's time for we all acknowledge that Nico should be in that superstar category.
Superstar.
Cool. I will put him in superstar. I have him in a beast. Just a lot of mouths to feed. That's my main thing holding him back.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the only thing holding him back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Kupp.
A beast. Sorry.
Beast.
Yeah,
beast.
I was like, you can't. It's like with Puka, I feel like you can't quite. And then DK, also a beast.
Yeah, I can't go into the superstar level yet.
I want to say superstar, but I wished he had a more solidified quarterback. I know Geno's not bad, but
he should be a superstar.
Yeah,
but at this point in time, it's still just the beast category. Still a great receiver.
Rome. This one's rough.
I'm going to put in a lot of these rookies. I think I'm going to put in the be careful category. I think he has the potential to be the beast, but if he starts out at the wide receiver 3, you just don't know what kind of production he's going to get right off the bat. And to be a beast in the NFL in this category, you need a receiver that's going to get you consistent numbers every week. I just don't think that starts off the season.
Speaking of consistent numbers, Deebo Samuel.
Beast. Dude does everything. He's a wide receiver. He's a quarterback. He's a running back.
You know he's going to have the
we know the
consistent
injuries.
numbers. He's going to have the consistent numbers
gonna...
when he plays, and that's all you can have. You can't project the injury. You can't
low end a beast.
Yeah, that's okay.
Jason.
What?
Still be careful for me.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson Smith.
Oh, okay. Jackson Smith.
I think he takes a step forward this year, but to me, it's still just to be careful. The value you can get him at in drafts makes him a beast. But I'm still just leaning on that be careful. I got to see something. I got to see something more from him.
Agreed. I need to see it.
Ooh. Okay. I had him in a beast. So yeah, there's reports. There's reports he's taking snaps above DK. And I know that it's OTAs and whatever, but
I would say high end, be careful.
That's egregious, by the way.
I concur, but the dude's a great separator. He's like Deontay Johnson, just young. Tyler Lockett, since we're gonna apparently do all the Seattle guys.
I hate doing it to him, but at this point in time, it just seems like the regression is just gonna massively fall off this year. So I'm putting him in the can't see this working this year.
Ooh, okay. I can get behind that actually. Yeah, I can get behind that. I was kind of in the be careful. His cost to acquire is pretty cheap, so like that's the only thing that kind of bumps him up a little bit.
That's agreed.
Brandon Cooks, I think of as the same way, which means I think we should kind of. I feel like Brandon Cooks should be in the be careful just because there's no one else in that offense.
Right, I agree with that.
JMO.
Don't care.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore.
I've been brokenhearted by him.
Okay.
I don't care anymore.
I had him in like be careful. His wide receiver 47 is enough for me to like maybe buy back in.
It's either I can't see this working or don't care. Like he's burnt me 2 years. He just seems like the kind of receiver that has all the talent in the world and he's just going to piss it away.
That's fair.
And that's how I see it.
Speaking of flares like that, just kidding. We don't have any of those on the list. Zay Flowers.
Be careful.
Be careful. It's be careful for me.
I'm putting him up there with Roman Neighbors then because he's a beast to me. His underlying metrics are sick. Brandon Ayuk, the man of the hour.
I think he's a beast. I think he is a great receiver. And we saw the breakout the last season and a half, right? The back end of 2 years ago and then this last year. I have him in the beast category. He can do it all.
Yeah, he finishes wide receiver. He finishes wide receiver 14. He certifiably is a beast. There's limited questions about where he ends up. That's one of the the hesitant things, but Other than that, yeah, he could arguably be up in that superstar category.
Yeah.
Especially if he gets a better situation. Cortland Sutton.
Be careful. I mean, he is the wide receiver 1 in that offense.
If
you
he
just don't know what
stays.
the receiver's going to do. Yeah, if he stays, he's essentially like free in drafts. I know
He's
he goes
essentially
pretty
free.
late in drafts, so I mean, I guess for the value, it'd be a beast value, I guess. But I'm still gonna I'm gonna keep him in the be careful category just to see.
I think in Denver, I can't see this working well. If he leaves Denver, it's a beast, and I think like there's no in between.
Yeah.
Devonta Smith, I think we could say is certifiably a beast.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle, certifiably a beast. He had a
Yeah.
down year. Both of those two
Yeah.
had down years, but like we expect positive regression. George Pickens, I think, is a beast.
I'm putting him in the beast category.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
he is a
With what he has this year, yes.
He's another one of those, like, maybe, depending on what he does this year, will be a superstar. And his cost to acquire makes him almost tempted to be a superstar. Scary Terry, I think we can all say beast.
Yep.
T. Higgins.
I'd put him in it. It's be careful for me.
Be careful.
Okay.
It is be careful for me. He doesn't want to be in Cincy anymore. Jermaine Burton's on the rise. They've got some other young receivers that are on the rise. I just don't know how much effort he's going to put into it this year because I don't think he wants to be there. And I think if Jermaine Burton doesn't screw his season up and screw his career up, I think Jermaine Burton could rise to the occasion.
I hear you loud and clear, Maestro. We have 4 guys left. They're all rookies.
Be careful.
Ooh.
To me, most of these rookies are just to be careful because of the unknown. With rookie wide receivers, you kind of know the big name guys. The one that I will say that I am higher on, that I think could be a beast, is my man Ladd McConkey.
I think all
Because
4 of these guys should be in the beast category.
Who was left?
Keon,
Keon,
Ladd, Xavier, and
Xavier.
Adonai.
Okay, yep, never mind. I change it. I can see all 4 of these in the beast category.
Their cost to acquire is
I
like
could
wide
see 'em.
receiver 40-ish. And I think the price point and getting one of them leaving with one of them in a draft makes you feel really, really good.
Yeah.
Specifically like Ladd first, Keon second, Adonai third, and like Xavier last, and I think probably in that order for me, but like Xavier probably
I agree.
has arguably just, and his ceiling's insane, like depending on how he's used. And so is Adonai, and so is Keon, and so is Ladd. And Ladd could be the absolute dude in LA. Well, like I can't say LA because there's 2 teams down there, but for the Bolts, he could be an absolute beast.
Yeah. Like for me, straight up, Adonai and Xavier, I think are the 2 that we potentially could see the least amount of volume starting the season out. We don't know what Keon and Curtis seem like, how Keon involves into that role. I think Ladd McConkey steps into the wide receiver 1 in that room. Again, we don't know for sure, but I think Keon and Ladd could see immediate impact. Xavier and Adonai might take a couple games, but yeah, I agree with you. Actually, I'm going to change it. I could see all 4 of them being a beast. I could see them all 4 being involved early.
Yeah, I think, and that solidifies it. That is our ranking for redraft wide receivers for this year. If you guys are interested in any of these and why specifically, we kind of rushed through some of the end. Why we ended up grouping some of these guys, hit us up. Let us know why you think, if you strongly think that T. Higgins should be in the beast category, like let us know why, because it seems questionable at this point to us. So hit us up, let us know how dumb we are. We love it. Other than that, I think it's ready to wrap, and we love you to the moon and back, and that rhymed, and I'm a rapper, and I didn't even know it. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Love you.
Hey, to open this week, we'll get a fix out on Twitter.
Stay tuned for that, guys. We got a lot more coming in the next few weeks, some more guests. We're pretty excited to have on the show. So until next time and next episode, we love you all. Catch you later.